Conversations, I believe, are important to have with your partner before getting married. What would you do in the situation where we cannot conceive? In the event that one of our parents fall ill with cancer, Alzheimer's, dementia, etc., would we take them in and care for them, or do you prefer to put them in a facility or a home? If I lost my parents, would we take my younger siblings in and raise them as our own? How would you like to raise your kids? Would you spank them as a form of discipline? Have you ever raised your hand at a woman before? What are your thoughts on divorce, and would you be open to therapy if our marriage needed it? How would you react if I was diagnosed in the future with a terminal or mental illness? Some important conversations to have with your partner before getting married. Part 2. Understand your partner's views on gender roles, LGBT, race, religion, and culture, and politics. If you're going to have kids, what would you do if one of them said that they were homosexual? If in the future there's a disagreement or falling out between me and your family, how would you handle that? How would you communicate if you are not sexually satisfied in the relationship anymore? If I don't end up being the partner you've expected me to be, what would we do? Do you currently have any debt, and what are your views on a prenup? What boundaries would you like to put in place for my family? How do you feel about financially supporting family members who are in need? And whose career would take preference if we absolutely had to choose?
One of the biggest mistakes I see with people in relationship is everyone is trying so hard to not be needy, right? You don't want to be one of those people. It's weak. It's codependent. No, I'm going to work on myself because I am independent. In fact, I don't even need a relationship. Someone told me that I shouldn't want a relationship and then it'll magically happen. I don't need anyone. I can do this thing all by myself. Independent. But then they wonder why the relationships they attract feel a little off. Either it feels like, well, you do your thing and I do mine and we meet in the middle, or it can feel a little bit like a caretaker, like I end up being someone's mother, or I'm taking care of someone. That can be really frustrating because there's a third phase people don't know about. And it's not being codependent. It's not being independent. It's called interdependence. Those are the relationships that are most fulfilling and rewarding. We're a culture that doesn't know how to do this so well. Stay tuned for more. Follow if you want more info on them.
What are some weirdly specific things that you consider?
I'm going to do these, but with Muslim men. They talk about how hard it is to lower your gaze at the gym. When you're talking about racism and they say, but Bilal, using Assalamu alaikum or MashaAllah as a way to chat to you. When a Muslim woman is talking about how she feels being harassed and a man says, oh, that's why Islamic countries are better. And to add on to that, men that say, but Islam gives women rights. When we talk about feminism in the West, Sharia law doesn't exist in the West. And sometimes it's not even practiced properly in Muslim countries. When they get with like a non-hijabi and then try to make her cover up during their relationship, don't tell her what to do. If you dated her, you should be fine with that. Ones that just constantly talk about how much they hate gay people. When they're obsessed with the idea of having 4 wives. Ones that get mad at women who eat or drink during Ramadan when there's a clear reason why. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, men in general are just a red flag.